Hey, what's up, dude? So I am going to go over these trades, make it a little bit easier. I did mark them up for you, but I feel like for me, it's easier to just make a video since, especially since the time zone is different. So like that would it's gonna be a clusterfuck. So, anyways, what I look at is you clearly see this is holding a trend, right? For me, it's forming a wedge, which clearly you saw that too. For me, that's a 50-50 trade because like for me, like what a wedge is for me personally is it's just building pressure. It's either gonna shoot to the top or shoot to the bottom. So if I know that, for me, I want to be in closer to the top so that way I reduce my risk. I don't want to be getting in down towards the bottom like that. That's like shorting. It's like shorting the floor. Like you don't want to be shorting the floor. Like if you're going to be shorting and you've seen a wedge forming, you want to be shorting the tops. That way, if this kind of shit happens, like you get out really, really quick. Um, Other thing was okay, so this I thought this was a really good trade. Like you said a bad stop placement. I completely disagree. Like honestly, for me, that's an absolute beautiful stop placement. That's exactly where I would have placed it. You drew in this line for the floor. Okay, so you take a long here, it fakes you out and like it double bottoms, right? Okay, well shit. For me, the second this thing pulls back up and closes, like I might if I don't get in on this bar, I'm definitely gonna get on this bar or like one of the because like I'm guessing this is the J lines. I don't know how your charting works, but I would guess that this is like the J line. So like if you don't get in here, like you did get in here, which is perfect. You sold up here, which is perfect. And then but for me, like that stop placement was fuck was great. Then over here, this is how I looked at it, right? So I'm not exactly sure why you said why you said this would be your entry. Like for me, like that's definitely you're waiting for confirmation for sure. But how I look at it personally, from my point of view, I see this trend going up. It trend breaks, it stuffs, rejects the trend, dude. I'm in like right here, and I'm risking the high of this. That's just how I trade. I don't know. I don't know a damn thing about futures. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I trade small caps, but for me, really trading, it doesn't matter if you're trading small caps, big caps, futures, whatever. It's all about patterns. It's all about like, well, a mindset. And for me, like, I feel like you have such good ideas. You're like on this next one for sure. Um, yeah. I don't know why the fuck this is so zoomed in. Um, Anyways, it doesn't matter if you're trading small caps, big caps, futures, whatever. Like you're doing the right thing. I think that you're just in like that mode where you're like, dude, like almost like a panic. Like you have all this pressure. Like, dude, like I was reading your review and you're talking about how you're actually profitable, but with like bad trading and commissions, you're technically negative. Yeah, over trading is killing my profits, paid 2K in commissions. Yeah, like that's a huge, huge problem, which is something I feel like everybody kind of goes through because for me, I had that problem like at the very beginning of my trading, like you try a lot of different shit out and like I'd be in and out. I tried scalping, I tried everything, but for me, what fits my personality is I try to get into the top, and that's why I try to explain to you on this chart is I draw in these levels, right? I look at this like it's a ceiling, it's a floor, it's a floor, now it's a ceiling. Like obviously like very basic, like you're probably just like, yeah, dude, that's support and resistance. Like I get that. But like for me, If this thing's coming up, first off, to me personally, that's not a J line rejection. What would be a J line rejection is I need to have the second candle pop over because what you're doing on this is you're still shorting the front side. Like for me, I need to see a rejection and then it rejecting that level, it going lower. Like I need to wait for the backside of the J lines. Um, this for me is not this is not a good J lines. This is not a bad J lines, and I feel like you had a good stop. Um, it depending on what the volume was like right in this area. But it already found the top. It started making lower highs. Okay, like if this thing, like maybe a little bit premature short, but for me, that's not bad because you're risking this. That would make sense to me. But the second that this thing one, two, three, dude, I'm in right here. I'm literally in on this candle because it's showing me it's rejecting. The only problem that I have is with this, and I just lied to you. Like I would not get in here because for me, like the rejection, like you have to have the trend break, right? Like it's coming down, but like this could also be like forming for like a curl. Like I'm guessing this is the 1 minute, 3 minute, like the J lines are stacked, so like the odds of it ripping through are not high, is what I'm getting from this. But for me, I like really don't like the only one I don't like is I don't like this trade. This trade I'm completely okay with. If you're going to be trading up over here, like really, like I would have taken this trade over here, risking this, and then like I said, I would have had this drawn in, especially like if this found a bottom, I would have been like, oh shit, look at that, it's got okay, cool. This might be a support area. Like I would take a piece off here from here. And then second, I take a piece off. Like I'm either trailing. I don't know how you do trades, but for me, I'm not much of a trailing kind of guy because if I trail and like say I cut off here and then it just fucking rolls over and drops down to here, like I would be so fucking pissed off. I'm gonna chase it and it drive me nuts. But for me, what I would do is I would absolutely short here, cover here. This goes back up. I'm gonna get stopped out. But the second this thing starts rejecting this level again, dude, I'm right back in full size right here. And then once again, I'm covering partial here. Dude, okay, this thing's going. All right, like trail it down to here. Or however you trail. I'm not here to tell you like how to trade. Like I'll kind of get to that here in a second. This trade, no. Like I don't like anything about this trade, honestly, because for me, my mindset, like you're looking for like a J line rejection here. You're looking for um J line curl here, J line rejection here, J line rejection, and then like I this to me, this is a complete random trade, FOMO trade. This is anticipation. Like whatever was going on in this day, like that's what I was talking to you about yesterday. Is like this chart. I don't know if this is your last trade. I can't remember. But this chart, like this spells FOMO all over it because um like if you're gonna take a J line curl, right? Like it has to hit and find, like you're saying that it's holding and all that kind of stuff. That's good, but like it needs to have like another bar like holding, another bar holding, and then you start curling up or like however you like these EMAs or whatever, like the second it holds and starts crossing the upside, like I might take the entry over here, but like on this candle, it would have been like I don't know how many minutes this candle is, but like I would say at least a couple of bars over. Like I'd need to see it holding before I longed this. So the same thing down here, right? Like I wouldn't just long on this candle. Like, okay, so this is holding a level. holding level, okay, making a little bit higher, like I would have like longed right here. Like I'm pretty sure this is you shorting. I'm not sure if this is so this is I think this is a long. And like yeah, I like honestly I would have taken this exact trade too. The second that I saw this wick back up though, I would have longed it again right here. And I would have been risking this. I don't know exactly like what the dollar amount you're willing to risk, or like I know futures are like way higher priced, but for me, like I feel like you're not doing bad trading, dude. So like I know when you get into like your own head, like it can really start like eating you up. But like really like I can see really good trades in here. It's just little tiny details. And like you know what the craziest thing is like I love Jay. I do. Like the dude like he really did help me out in my career, but at the same time like he also helped me out by knowing what not to do. Like 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 all the people, most of the people that I'm working with are in Jay's mentoring the mentoring group. And so like it's crazy to me because I don't know, like that's what I plan on building out. And so what I wanted to say to you is I know we're talking about like my whole plan was to start charging $100 a month for mentoring teaching. Well, like I just went to LA. I talked to my mentor that like kind of does this whole community thing. It's he's not trade related. Like he teaches people how to build the communities and stuff like that. Well, I can unlock a bunch of videos that are going to be very, very valuable to me. But what I have to get is I have to get 3 paying members. And instead of getting $100 a month, I can get it as low as $5 a month. And so what I'm offering is let me work with you. Let me help you out and let me turn your trade around for a coffee a month. And yeah, you just send me charts like this. And the one thing that I feel like I learned from Jay is that when I start getting this going, really, like I know it might sound crazy, but like I'm trying to figure out the pricing to make it work correctly with me. But I plan on not that you really need to know this, but like I want to have a free community. I want to have something where if you really have no money, I can better your life. I can give you all the tools you need to get the foundation going. Once you start doing that, then okay, man, like let's graduate you up into the paid community. That's gonna be $100 a month. Everyone stays in there. Like I do more Zoom calls and like more class style, like one-on-one answering questions, Q&A kind of thing. We really start helping people out. But then I want to have my own mentoring group. And I don't know exactly how I'm going to price that out because like honestly, like at least what I'm thinking, I only want like 10 students. Because for me, like the way that like what I'm doing with you, I just took like 30, 40 minutes like reviewing your charts, reading through your 6 month thing, which by the way, that's fucking gold. Don't stop doing that. Like really. And like don't just do it and then forget about it. Like really go back if like you're gonna do like a review, like what I would recommend is do like a smaller like weekly review and then like a bigger monthly review and then like your 3 month or 6 month review and like start doing that like that's really going to help you out a lot. I don't know if you go back and if you retrade any of these or what platform you're on, but you should be able to have a program like you can do it on thinkorswim if you have that. You can do it on dos has it. Can't remember what the hell Trader Sim like, but like that you got to pay for that. But like, go back and retrade some of these, and like put in more reps. Like, I feel like I don't know how long you've been trading, and when I see your numbers, like you're actually making decent money. So I mean, I would imagine you've been trading for at least a little bit. But that's another crazy thing is like when I was in Jay's, dude. Like honestly, like I traded for like 2 years before I got into Jay's, but it was a giant clusterfuck. And I didn't know what I was doing. When I got into Jay's mentoring was where I really considered myself starting trading. And so I went from like trading with like 200 shares to trading with over like 1,500 shares in like 3 months. And it's because I was super disciplined. I came from a kickboxing background, and like he really worked with me a lot. I don't know how many mentor students he has now, but like it was really bad back then because like I felt like a piece of shit because I got a lot of attention from Jay. But like I would bother the shit out of it because for me, I was like, dude, I'm paying you a lot of money. Like, you're gonna answer my fucking questions. Like, that's the way it is. And like, I would blow him up every single day until he answered me. And then we got into a routine where I was talking to Jay probably not a lot, but I mean, I was talking to him probably every day or every other day at least. But a lot of the mentor students, like where I first started teaching, was a lot of the mentoring students weren't having any success at all. They weren't making any money. Nothing was going good. And so I made my own little community. I asked Jay if I could make a small community for only mentoring students. I started helping them out a lot. And that's kind of how I started teaching, I guess, at the very beginning of all this shit. But like really like that's the biggest drawback is he's just got too much shit, dude. Like the guy's like he's got way too much on his plate. And instead of like bringing in coaches that can help him out, which I did, dude. I offered him. I was like, hey, dude, like I know what I'm doing. I'm trading. I've made a lot of money. Like obviously, like he knows how much I was making. Even during his mentoring before I even went full time, and he didn't say anything back. And I was like, all right, dude. I'm trying to help, but like it's crazy because the second I put it out there, it's like the only people that are reaching out to me are his mentoring students. So, but anyways, if that's something you're interested in, let me know. Uh, I like for me, like all I need is if you are willing to pay $5 a month, I'll work with you. But like obviously, like if you if you can give me a testimonial, like in like not a bullshit one. I mean like I want like a legit one, like where I like if I actually turn your trade around and like I really get you being profitable and I really fucking work with you because for me the reason I only want to have like 10 mentoring students is because the way I do stuff is like dude I'm a very anal person. Like I'm very dialed in on shit. And like I'm gonna give you a lot of my time. And I already had, 5 or 6 people that I've been working with, and like I'm not even working with three of them because like they're not like I like what I need from you is I need you to send me your charts. I need you to be open with me and honest with me about everything. And like I don't know, like I can only help you like with the stuff that I know. And like that for me is being coachable. And so if you can do that, like really, I think that I can help you turn your trading around for sure. Like I don't know shit about futures, and so for me, like that's gonna be another perk. Is like I don't know, maybe you can teach me like a little bit about futures or whatever. But like I have a couple of mentoring students that do big caps. Um, you would be my only futures person, so you might have to like you know tell me a little bit about futures because like honestly I never gave two shits about futures. I love small caps, and for me like knowing that this thing's going to gap up and like 70 or 80% of them close red, that to me is a huge fucking edge. And so I understand why you're not trading because your time zone, but anyways, just let me know what you think. Hopefully you got value from me at least helping out with this. And yeah, just let me know, man.